hospital and unable to contact us. Again, that would be a better case scenario than him being gone. But again, who knows? So that information is still out there, whatever happens. The Cavaliers off tonight. They lost, correct? They did not win the other night.
They won Friday. They had a 21-point comeback on Friday, beat the Pacers, and then Saturday they lost to the Sixers.
Yeah. 103-93 against Philadelphia on Saturday night. Tomorrow night, their last game before the All-Star break. 7:30 in Atlanta against the Hawks here on WMMS. So 7 o'clock is when that pregame will get going. We will be live downtown doing this show on Friday afternoon from Public Auditorium for the NBA crossover sessions. So if you are downtown, walking around there, say hi. Tip of the cap, whatever. We'll be down there, me and Bill and Poundcake. We'll be down there. Mary is in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, Nashville,
like
Tennessee.
Not Nashville.
Oh, not
Denver,
Nashville,
Colorado.
Bahamas. Oh, man, I got to tell you, that really changes things. I am less enthused now. Nashville's a great city.
I've only been here one day.
All kinds of Vandy grad students going to be walking around checking you out.
Well, yeah, right. I'm like, there's an old lady. But Southern hospitality is no joke, man. People down here are so friggin' nice.
Is that the South?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tennessee,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we're below Kentucky. But
Okay.
yeah, I was in Louisville over the weekend. I did shows at a place called Planet of the Tapes, which was so fun. It was a great weekend of shows. But Sunday, getting to Nashville was just such an absolute nightmare because my family is the worst. They're the worst. I mean, it's
the worst.
Oh my God.
Nice.
So my mom wanted to come with me this weekend. And apparently we had already discussed her coming with me prior to this weekend. I was like, well, Mom, I'm going to be gone for 11 days. So it's not just like we're going to Kentucky because my brother lives in Louisville. I was like, it's not like we're just going to visit Tony for a few days. I'm going to be gone until the 21st. And she's like, oh, well, we'll figure it out. I can fly back or I can rent a car. I could do this. And
She wanted to go with you.
She wanted to go with me, yes, to see my brother and her grandkids. And I totally understand that. And was like, fine. So I picked her up, drove her down. Now, this is on Friday. And we're like, okay, well, if you want to book a flight, you have to book a flight because you want to leave Sunday. She's like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Kept pushing it off. And then Saturday,
Did you go through all this with her when you guys
the Florida trip?
with the
Florida
flight?
trip, yes, because she refuses to make plans ahead of time. She refuses.
Why is that? I mean, she knows that that travel is something that requires planning.
Because she says everything's going to work out. It'll all be fine.
I see.
I am a very, hey, things happen. I can adjust when things don't go according to plan, but I always have a plan. You know, she is like fly by the seat of your pants 100%. We'll figure it out when we get there. So we saw my brother Saturday. We went to my niece's basketball game, which, side note, they are awful. The score, they had 4 6-minute
How old are they?
quarters. They're 9.
Oh, yeah. 4 6-minute quarters.
4 6-minute
Love
quarters, and the score at the end of it was 0-4.
Yeah, there you go. Just a lot of chucking.
Just
a lot of chucking.
Falling down and just trying to steal the ball.
They don't spread the floor very well.
No, they really don't.
Anything. But so Saturday we're with my brother and his whole family, and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to my shows. Tony, can you please figure out how Mom's getting home tomorrow? Can that be what you guys accomplish tonight? And then he's like, yeah, we'll figure it out. I get home Saturday night at like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, hey, what time's your flight tomorrow? And she goes, well, we don't have it figured out yet. And I was like, Mom, we're leaving in the morning. Like, what are you talking about? You don't have it figured out. She's like, well, we'll just call like a rental car place. And I was like, you didn't call any rental car places. She goes, well, Tony did, but they're all sold out. And so now I'm like, well, how the hell are you going to get home? If there's no cars and you refuse to take a flight, you're going to be in Louisville.
Yeah.
She goes, well, we'll just go to the airport in the morning and figure it out. I was like, what do you mean figure it out? So
But why, even if you think things are going to work out, why leave so much to chance? It just creates stress.
It was so frigging stressful. So now it's 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like,
Or I should say it creates stress for everyone around your mom because clearly she's nonplussed about the whole thing.
Well, so I'm online at 1:30 in the morning freaking out trying to find – I made a reservation for a rental car at the airport. So I was like, all right, well, we'll just go pick this up tomorrow. We'll have lunch with Tony, and then we'll leave after that. We'll pick it up at 2, and you'll be on your way.
We should have had Poundcake pick up Mary's mom.
Drive down to Kentucky.
He'd get a little road trip.
Hell yeah.
Now we're not hearing him.
I can't hear
Oh,
him
is he
at all.
talking?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Hold on. Go ahead. No, weird. Yeah, okay. We don't hear him at all now.
Oh, well.
Okay. So anyway,
right,
go ahead.
Anyway,
Yeah, part of his conservatorship.
The plan is to go to lunch with my brother and then take her to the airport and then drive to Nashville. So we wake up the next morning, we're getting everything together and packed up. And when I went to go put on my boots, there was about 2 inches of water inside my boots. And I was like, what the hell is this? And my brother, this is the brother who's a prankster who hid Twizzlers all over my house and that I've been finding for a year. Twizzler prank, fine. Pouring 2 inches of water into my boots so that I don't have any shoes to wear the next day, not fine.
Are you sure it was water?
Yes, it was water.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
pee. But I text him and I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? Like, you can't just be pranking people. And I was really mad because now this set our whole morning back. And plus, you just ruined $200 boots. Like, you can't just let water sit in my boots for 16 hours. And he's like, you're overreacting. This isn't that big of a deal.
It's so funny.
I would have never done it if I thought this was how you were going to react. I thought you were going to laugh. I was like, why would I laugh at you ruining my personal property? Like, I was so mad at him to the point that I was like,
These weren't the only shoes you brought, though.
They're not the only shoes I brought, but they are, like, I have heels and stuff like that where I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do now? You know? And so I'm just very frustrated. And
But, like, how is that? That's not really a
it's
prank.
not funny. How is
Well,
it
it
funny?
is absolutely a prank. It's just I'm surprised that he was surprised that you were so upset. A prank is a gamble. Somebody's either going to go, ha, 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 or they're going to be really pissed. That's the binary equation behind every prank.
Well, I told him, I was like, hiding Twizzlers around my apartment is harmless. That's funny. I find them over the course of a year, and it's always like a ha-ha, Tony was here. I was like, filling my boots with water and letting it sit overnight is not funny. Like, this is really, really
He
aggravating.
filled the boots with water. He just didn't pour a little so the soles got
there
damp.
was like literally 2 inches of water inside each boot.
Uh-huh.
I was so mad. And so I told my mom, I was like, I'm not going to lunch. I don't want to see him. I don't care to look at his face. I'll take you to pick up your rental car early, and then we can part ways. You can go to lunch with him if you want, but I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
And so now they're like, you're overreacting. Just say goodbye to your nieces. Don't take it out on them. I'm like, screw that. I don't want to talk to anybody. So we changed my mom's reservation to 11:30. We get to the airport at like 11. And the Louisville airport is so friggin' confusing. I ended up in the wrong parking lot like 3 times. So just to get to the counter where we needed to get took us like 20 minutes. So we still get there and get in line before our reservation. And we go to the lady and we're talking to her about go ahead.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Before we move on to this, what did you do with the boots?
I just put them in my backseat. I'm going to throw them away probably. But
Throw them away.
dude, they were soaked for 16 hours, 18 hours. I don't know when he did it.
These are leather boots?
No, they're like winter boots, but the inside of them is not waterproof.
I see what you mean. Okay.
And now they stink. Like, what am I supposed to do with these boots? They've had water sitting in them for
Understood.
a full day.
I thought they were like leather walking around boots or something.
No,
Okay.
they're my winter snow boots.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So we get to the airport, and we're in line, and we're talking to the lady. We're getting my mom's rental car all figured out. And my mom goes to pay for it, and she can't put the amount on her card because she has her bank set up. They automatically charge her for $250. Apparently, she has her bank set up where any transaction over $150 automatically gets flagged, so that her debit card doesn't ever get stolen.
So nothing with your family is ever smooth.
It's never easy.
It's
ever.
never ever. The simplest things are needlessly complicated.
100%. So the card gets declined, and my mom's like, "Hey, can you just authorize it for $150? I already paid for it online." They're like, "That's not how it works. It has to be for $250." And it's a Sunday, so her bank is closed. So we cannot, we can't call the bank to have them override this transaction. So we have to.
I'm just puckering up listening to this whole
it
thing.
makes me insane.
I do
You didn't
not.
have to be there.
I
would have stopped talking to this woman years ago.
I do not envy you at all.
So we have to get out of line. After this line we just waited in that took us 20 minutes to get to, we have to get out of line to figure out what we're doing, right? So, and because I was like, all right, well, can you just put it on my credit card? And they said, no, because the name on the driver's license and the reservation has to match the name on the credit card. And you can't, no other way. I said, all right, well, can we modify the reservation to make it under my name? She said, you have to do that online.
Oh.
Fine. So we step out of line.
Yeah.
I go to modify the reservation. By the time we're off the phone with my mom's bank and all this stuff, I go online to modify the reservation, and Budget canceled the reservation because it said we didn't check in by our check-in time. When in all actuality, we did, and we were there trying to check in. But
well, hey, then you didn't need the $150.
No, because then they don't. It's because we technically missed our reservation. They said it was non-refundable. So the $106 that we prepaid, they said we couldn't get back.
Oh.
Yes.
Your mom finds new ways to make things complicated.
Yeah.
This isn't like this isn't like planes, trains, and automobiles. She finds new and inventive ways to make things complicated.
So it's so aggravating reliving this. So then
She's triggered.
I am. So,
We all are, right? And this is so aggravating.
Yeah, we have to call budget customer service, and I have to explain to them what happened. Hey, it won't let me modify the reservation because technically it was canceled, yada, yada, yada. So I'm on the phone with them for almost an hour trying to work it out so that they refund that reservation.
You're doing all this in the airport?
We are sitting in the airport doing this because the airport was the only place that wasn't completely sold out of rental cars in all of Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm on the phone with budget for like an hour. Finally get it all worked out so that everything's in my name. And then my mom's like, well, I didn't print out directions to get home. I don't know how to get home.
My God, lady.
And I was like, because she doesn't have a cell phone that has GPS on it. She has like an old burner phone.
Flip phone, yeah.
And I was like, I'm so mad at this point where I'm like, oh my God. So we have to rent a GPS friggin' Garmin. We have to pay an extra $20 to rent a Garmin so that she can get home. And at this point, I'm like,
well, didn't they have a business center where you could have just printed up the directions on their printer?
Could have, but it didn't happen.
I see.
And now I will take fault for that because I was so mad in the morning at my brother that I was kind of like, let's just get out of here. I'm done. I don't want to be in the city anymore.
You weren't in your right mind. You're not thinking clearly. You just want to get the hell out.
Yeah, so I was kind of rushing along the morning where I was like, let's just get out of here. We'll just get to the airport. You know what I mean? So she didn't have time to print out her MapQuest directions to get home.
MapQuest.
So we have to get this Garmin and set it all up. But because we're in a parking garage, it won't find a signal. So we had to take her rental car outside of the parking garage to get the signal on the Garmin in order to plug in the addresses that she needs. And in the process of doing this, we realized that the rental car had no gas in it. It was completely empty. And we're like, how the hell are you going to rent someone a car with no gas in it?
Yeah, people have to return them with a full tank.
Dude, so it was just literally one thing after another, after another. And so we have to pull back in through the rental car, take it to them, and be like, yo, this has no gas in it. It had like 20 miles or something like that until it was empty. And the guy was like, what I can do is I can make a note on your reservation that you're going to return it empty. It has enough gas in it to get you to the gas station.
Man.
So we finally get everything up and running. I plug in all the addresses. We get her on her way. Like, everything was like, okay, here we go. We're going to be good.
But then you're putting your mother on the road by herself. I would be worried every half mile that this woman be like, wait, which one's the brake and which one's the gas?
She can drive fine, but she has no cell phone. She has no way to communicate with anybody. And so then I was like, Mom, I was so aggravated and I was trying to stay calm. I was like, why? And we have offered 500 times to buy this woman a cell phone. Like a functioning regular cell phone with GPS and internet and everything you could ever need. I said, why will you not let me buy you a cell phone? I'll put you on my plan. I'll pay for it every month if that's what it is. These situations are not okay. So, well, what do I need a cell phone for? I was like, what happens if you crash?
Imagine if this woman had $1,000, Bill. Could you imagine?
Yeah. You could get an iPhone.
Let me give you some money here. It's last week to do it, so listen closely for all these keywords. You can go fund yourself here and win $1,000. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at WMMS.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Before we go on, what did you say?
I was saying I can't talk the same time as Mary. So when her mic is on or if she's talking, like my mic won't work. So
why is that?
I don't know. I think that's...
How did you arrive at that conclusion?
Wait.
It's working now.
Well, yeah, Cody, we're both talking.
Okay, well, then it's just periodically going in and out. I was trying to find a pattern as to why...
Yeah, there's nothing in the signal path that would preclude the two of you from talking at the
Okay,
same
well, then
time.
never mind. I stand corrected.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Mary. So your mom doesn't have a cell phone.
She doesn't have a cell phone. And she's like, why do I need a cell phone? I can call you guys from my phone when I add minutes to it. And I was like, yes, when I add minutes to it. I was like, because what happens if you get in a crash between Louisville and Cleveland and you go to the hospital and they have no way of telling us that you're in the hospital? because you don't have a phone or we have no way of tracking you. She's like, yeah, I guess.
By the way, just listen, take her as she is. Why is all of this to your mom preferable than doing a minimum amount of planning?
I don't know.
All of this, because on a trip, interstate trip, you never know what's going to happen.
Here's what I think it is, and you guys know.
Is it Jesus? Tell us. Tell the truth. Is it Jesus?
He's gonna take the wheel.
Because you know how I am when I say like things work out, everything happens for a reason, yada yada yada. But that doesn't stop me from making plans. I think for her,
yes, because a lot of effed up things will happen for a reason too. Yeah.
I think in her mind, because we were able to rent a car and she was able to get home last night. Everything worked out just fine. I think that's how she thinks of it. Like, see,
and she's like, I got to spend quality time with you at the airport,
there
Mary.
You go, right.
I don't know why you're freaking out. We had a good day.
I mean, it did work out. It was just, wow, with difficulty at every possible turn.
Yes.
Does she get frustrated when all this is happening? Or is she just kind of like, well, I guess we have another obstacle. Let's just keep going.
She's not like in a great mood. Yeah. And I think I am definitely more aggravated than she is, where I'm just like, every single step of this was preventable. All of it. Everything.
And
every part of this is preventable.
And you had to put out every single fire. She doesn't have to deal with any of it because she knows you're going to deal with it.
Well, because she couldn't deal with it.
Right.
If I were not at the airport with her, if I would have dropped her off, I don't know what she would have done. She didn't have a phone to call anybody to come pick her up. I'd have been on my way to Nashville. You know what I mean? Like, she'd have been there with a card that doesn't work, which I understand that. Like, if she's like, I never spend more than $150 in a day, flag my account, that means somebody stole it. But she's so paranoid about stuff like that it's almost like putting up roadblocks in your own way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's just so frustrating. And so when I asked her why she won't let me buy her a phone, her exact words were, because it's not safe. That it's not safe for people to be able to find her kids and hurt them.
Now that's made up.
That sounds like Poundcake.
That sounds like she's really grasping at straws.
Now I was like,
she knows that you guys. She knows that you guys all have smartphones.
Well, and I said, Mom, you do understand that I'm a stand-up comedian who posts my exact location multiple times a week. It's on my website. Like, if anybody wanted to find me, it would be
there were no Nashville to Cleveland Greyhound buses.
I don't know if we looked. No, we weren't in Nashville. We were in Louisville.
Oh, well, whatever. Louisville to Cleveland.
Whatever it was, we didn't look into buses.
I mean, it'll take you 4 times the amount of time to get there because they stop every 10 feet.
She doesn't seem to be in a rush, though.
Right. But she would have gotten home, plopped down, and
at the end of it, I was like, this is all Tony's fault. If he would not have put that water in my boots, I wouldn't have completely changed the plans in the morning. I mean, I guess her card still would have gotten declined and we still would have had to work through all that at the airport. But I was like, his stupid prank set all of this in motion. And then, you know what I did? I drove to Nashville 3 hours in silence. I was stewing in my car. I didn't answer a phone. I didn't look at anything. And then it was just so funny because I was so mad. I was like zoned out that it was like, take the next exit. And I was like, oh, damn, I'm already here. Like, driving on spite will get you there fast.
Time flies when you're
when you're just grumbling to yourself the whole time in your head.
All that stuff makes me insane, and it's one of the things like where I am probably the least organized in my family, and I'm still going to go with a plan and know how to get all this stuff done. And I couldn't imagine my mom being in a situation like that where she's like, well, we'll figure it out when we get there.
But also, if you're somebody for whom everyone else seems to be stepping in and dealing with the situation, yeah, of course you think everything's going to work out. You'd be like, you'll figure it out. It'll be okay. They get home.
And I guess she did. And it's like, I don't want to talk smack about my mom, but it was just so frustrating the whole day yesterday. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. So I got back to checked into my hotel and everything in Nashville, and I ended up falling asleep for like 4 hours because I was like, man, my brain needs to rest from all this hate.
And you want to be my latex salesman. Wow.
But we're safe. Everybody's safe. She made it home to Cleveland. I made it to Nashville, but it was probably one of the most stressful mornings I've had in, I don't even know how long, at least the last couple years.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, thanks.
Yeah.
I would have been like, Mom, you're a grown woman. I'll see you later. Figure it out. Good luck.
Yeah,
it's your mom.
Make Tony go and deal with her.
I wasn't speaking to Tony. I was mad at him.
You couldn't have broken that rule just to get him to come out to the airport.
Mom's stuck at the airport. Go fix things.
Yeah, but I'm already there. Well, I'm gonna leave her at the airport?
Yeah.
Why?
Because things will work out.
Oh, come on.
That's what she says.
I'm not mean. I can be aggravated and complain about it, but I'm not just going to abandon her somewhere with no way to get a hold of anybody.
But it's one of those things where maybe then because everybody's always bailing her out, put her in a situation where she has to figure out things on her own.
It's not about bailing her out or her not being able to figure things out on her own. I think she just, I don't know, man. I think she just truly is like, yeah, everything's fine. It'll be cool. We'll figure it out. But I don't know. Maybe I'm more, I don't know. I want to defend her so bad right now because I love her and she's my mom. But it was just such a messed-up situation, man, all day.
Wow. Well, better you than me.
Yeah, right.
I got to take a break. If you want to get a text in for anything, 35192 to do that. Listen wherever you are out and about on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox